Is Switzerland a self-sufficient country? Yes, if you want to find extreme examples of self-sufficiency, you would have Haiti after the earthquake on one side and Switzerland on the other. More than half of my Swiss relatives live in some rural area, the other half have relatives or friends who are farmers. All males have done military service, which is closer to survivalism than using a tank. Most Swiss are mountain climbers or at least walkers. They use bicycles. They are in shape. Swiss food is simple, local, healthy. There are public water fountains. The water is clean. Electricity is self-generated, much hydroelectric. The Swiss individual is self-sufficient, he never depended on the government for anything other than general efficiency. Switzerland is a self-regulated society, most obviously in the area of crime. By US standards, there is no violent crime and no visible police. There are no slums. The infrastructure is well maintained. There are no major unsolved social problems that would make an emergency an unmanageable crisis. During WWLL, great efforts were made to make Switzerland completely self-sufficient. They placed explosives in every entrance to the country with the full intent of blowing them up in the event of invasion. Then there are the fallout shelters built during the Cold War. The people, the government, and the military can operate underground. Because Switzerland is a landlocked country with high dependency on a number of foreign resources, it has had to come up with a plan as to what would happen in the event of an international crisis that would endanger its supplies of crucial resources. Tanks and warehouses are constantly kept full to guarantee a certain amount of reserves in energy supplies and food, mostly cereals, I believe. And a bunch of privately owned cargo ships, about 20 tankers, bulk carriers, container ships that carry the Swiss flag, can be reclaimed by the Swiss government in the event of a crisis to guarantee the country's supply in oil, gas, metals. Off the top of my head, I believe more information about this can be found under something like economic supplies. It could be rather difficult. Of course, it is always compared to the Anbauschlacht in World War II. However, there was a smaller population to be fed, and more land available to be used for growing vegetables, etc. It depends also on the time frame available to get something up and running. Half a year or so would be needed. As said, it would be tough, and the right-wing extremist party would cry for evicting Ausländer, etc.